Shay Renee. So let's just get into it, shall we? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee. Listen, I am so sorry that I am late. I have been in my basement working out, y'all, and I was like, "Girl, you down here on the treadmill and doing things. You got to get up on the computer, okay?" So, listen, we're gonna chat for a second until everybody comes in. But y'all, I am back to my factory resetting. Okay, I took my acrylic nails off. I gotta get me a nail appointment at some point this week. My hair needs to be done. It's a lot, okay? Now, while we wait for everybody to come on up in here, I usually do my own hair, y'all, but I really want to go and get my hair done. But I'm just like, do I want to pay the $300 or whatever? But I'm thinking about twisting it like I normally do. This is the hair that I usually use. And, I got several packs of this. And then I was thinking about trying something different, like a little curl action. But my husband said, girl, stick to what you do best, okay? I used to do crochets a lot, but I don't know. I don't think I haven't done it in a while, so I'm not trying to go and do something quick and new. Kalani is in the building. Linda Gamble is here, the hardest working woman on the YouTube. She says, hit the like button on your way in. Okay. My girl Kalani says, damn, I'm driving. Hey, Shay and Chad. What's up, Kalani? How you bees? Listen, we're going to be a nice little groove down the road. Okay. I hope you ain't in no traffic, sis. Shout out to Kalani for being one of my members. Okay. So y'all know, and we're gonna chat for just about 5 more minutes, y'all. So bear with me. I will put a timestamp to start the show. So everybody that comes back, you can skip past my jargon if you don't want to hear it. Okay. So y'all, in exactly 7 days, your girl turns the big 4-0. Okay. I am having all of the midlife crisis shenanigans this week. I'm like, I have this big party that I'm having. Well, I love to step, so I'm doing a step party, and then we're doing line dancing as well. So we'll do step from 2 to 4, and 4 to 6 we'll do line dancing, food, drinks, all that good stuff. So I'm preparing for that, and then on my actual birthday, I will be having an event that people can come to as well. So a lot of things this weekend. Not a lot of things going on this weekend. So I need to get this head done. Y'all, I love to save a coin, y'all. So I'm thinking about just doing it myself. And I got to get my nails done. Now, my nail lady is not available for me this week. I had an appointment, but I had to cancel it because I had to take back one of my days at work because I have a big event to attend that I can't skip. So I had to cancel my nail appointment. Bummer, dude. So yeah, but y'all, it's just a lot. And I was working out, child. Listen, y'all, I still got my damn sports bra on. I had to go and throw me a shirt on over top. So, people won't say I'm nude and stuff, y'all. Child, we ain't got time for that. But y'all, look, the weight is coming off, y'all. Okay. Now, not that I was getting thicker than a Snicker, but I would like to lose, like, I have about 30 pounds on the docket I want to get off. I'm 7 pounds down. But let me show y'all. Let me see if the camera can see. So I got I do have a tattoo, y'all. So yeah, we coming down a little bit. Like my belly was like out to here at first, but now we coming down. So yeah, we getting there, y'all. We getting there. So We putting in the work. Now, I've been doing stair climber for 30 minutes every day. And I started 3 weeks ago. Okay. So we're 7 pounds down already, y'all. 7 pounds down. And I have a goal of a total of 30 pounds. So I guess we are 23 pounds now away from where we want to be. So yeah, girl, not bad. Not bad. Okay. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna get into this last week of Beyond the Gates. Child, a mess. We gonna talk about that. Last episode on Friday pissed me off. It definitely pissed me off, but we're gonna get into it. Kalani says, oh, Montrez Jones says, hey Shay, hey y'all, what's up, Montrez, how you be? Thank you for joining. Kalani Harrelson says, I'm not, girl, had to run to the grocery store on my way home now. Oh, okay, girl, listen, I should have went to the grocery store earlier, but I've just been in here doing the most. Okay, doing the most. Montrez Jones says, this week was better than I thought it would be. Yeah, I thought, because they were off for a whole week, I was actually expecting it to be better than it actually was. But child, we're gonna get into it. But that scene with Nicole and Crazy Pants Leslie, child, Nicole was about to tell her a new one. Okay. Montrez says, happy early birthday, Shay. Oh, thank you so much. Y'all, listen. Next Sunday, this time, your girl will be 40. Your girl will be 40. And I'll probably be like 3 sheets to the wind, because I'm going to be at my event tossed. Okay? Okay? I may go live. You never know. I may go live for a few minutes. Let y'all see the peoples. I have about, we're going to go, I love to eat crabs. So we're going to go to a place that has amazing crabs. It's a little ways away from where I live, but my friends, they love me, so they're coming. I invited about 35 people. So I have 30 confirmed, and still some confirming to this day. And I'm like, all right, now I really didn't want all 35. I was over inviting, but hey. But yeah, it's gonna be a blessing. Laquanda Govan says, hey Shay in chat. What's up, Laquanda? Thank you for joining. Kalani says, that was a trip. I love to hate Leslie. Me too. You know how you have those villains that are necessary? Leslie is a necessary villain. She is very much necessary, for sure. For sure. Okay, so we got 2 more minutes, y'all. Please like up the video. Please like up the video. Also, y'all, I want to say this. I was looking at my subscriber list and looking at there's some things that done changed on my channel that I didn't do nothing with. I'm just trying to figure out, how am I? There have been people that were subscribed to me and they're not subscribed now. So please, if you are watching, double check to see if you've been subscribed. I've seen, or you are subscribed currently. I've seen where some of my peers are saying that YouTube is like unsubscribing people on their own and removing things on their own. I don't know what's going on, but please double check, because they're, already the numbers have climbed back up. They were going down for a few days, and then now they're climbing up crazy. So I'm like, I'm glad, but it's like I feel like I'm just gaining back what I had. But anyway, double check to make sure you're subscribed. If you are subscribed, hit, if it helps, hit unsubscribe and resubscribe, whatever we got to do to make sure that things are in order, because I don't know what YouTube doing, child. I don't know what they doing, child, but hey, let's just make sure we on the right side of right, okay? All right, y'all, we got 30 seconds until we get started. We're going to start around about the 10-minute mark. Tell me in the chat, what was most interesting this week for y'all? Tell me what was most interesting for y'all this week. I will say literally that confrontation with Nicole and Leslie, it was magnifique, okay? My thorn of the season, also of this week, also tell me what your thorn of this week was. And we'll revisit this again once we go over the review. My thorn of the week was Chelsea and Madison. I feel like Friday's episode weighed too heavily on their relationship. Like, I really don't care about their relationship, y'all. I really don't. Like I don't. And the big teeth girl that's running after Chelsea, girl, go sit down. Go find your husband. That's what you need to do. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Nicole and Leslie and Kenneth and the kids. Okay. Kenneth, is that the WP man that's stalking, damn, his name escapes me. Martin. Is that who that is, Martrez? Because that sounds about what's going on. Kenneth is the busboy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he the one. And that whole situation, we're going to talk about that too. That was crazy. All right, cool. We are at 11 minutes now, y'all. Let's talk about this week, okay? This week's episodes were beyond crazy, okay? Beyond crazy. We got the whole situation with the articulates, aka the argulets, okay? We got Ted still being dumb diddy, not really paying attention to trying to get back with Nicole. It's like, dude, do you really want your wife? Then we got Kat versus Eva again. We got Danny and Andre and the boring nurse. Hell, we got Derek with nurse amazing body. Okay, I couldn't believe that they was actually up in the restaurant together. Like, what made Shanice take him out for a drink? I didn't understand it. Kalani says, my thorn of the week is Kat. I cannot stand Kat. We're going to talk about that. I cannot stand Kat either now. Kat is doing too much for me. You playing sleuth, and it's like, girl, I'm going to take my child. Y'all, these glasses. Every time they get me. Smitty, baby, I think you're doing a lot. You're doing a whole lot to get a lot of nothing. That's what you're doing. You're doing a whole lot to get a lot of nothing. But let's get into the episode for Monday. Okay, we're going to go through and we're going to build it up. Now, Monday's episode included us following up on the busboy, aka Kenneth, being up in Martin's house. Now, first of all, let me say this. Why would the busboy be in Martin's house? I didn't get that. I feel like Martin's kids, with him being a congressman, your kids have to be way smarter than that. Like, if you're a congressman, typically you do have security and whatnot because you shouldn't be this accessible to the public. Also, his son acting like, oh, I know him. I've been playing chess online with him for quite some time, or for a couple of weeks. He's good. That's not good enough to be bringing somebody. Kalani says, not big teeth. Yeah, them teeth is huge, honey. Okay, them teeth is huge. All right. They can barely fit in her mouth. That's why it's always open. And maybe that's why she want to munch on Chelsea so bad. I mean, chomp. Okay. I'm surprised Chelsea has a clitoris left. Okay, but moving on. Why would you have this man in your house? First of all, your parents have not met this person. This is a grown GD man, okay? And you got him in your house. Also, he has a patch on his face, like something has happened to him. But yet you have him in your house playing chess. How dumb can you be? I remember when I was young, first of all, my mother never left me in the house by myself. Let's make that very clear. My mother was a stay-at-home mom. My father worked 4 or 5 jobs to make sure that my mother didn't have to work. Okay. And they own their own business for quite some time. But if my mother left out to go outside and get something out the car, and even some of my friends, they would tell me that their parents would be like, don't you open this door for nobody. Don't answer the phone. Don't you do nothing. Okay, you stay put. You hear me? Don't you do not a goddamn thing that I didn't invite you to do. Okay, and if you ask, you remember how your mother would call the phone when you was at work, and when they was at work, just to see if you gonna answer the phone. Then you answer the phone. They like, I told you not to answer the damn phone. Why is you answering the phone? See, unless you had caller ID. Back then, y'all know we had the little caller ID box, child. I'm showing my age. I told you 40 next week. All right. You better not answer that damn phone. Period. So I don't understand. Kenneth should have never, ever been a factor. He should have never, ever been in Martin and Smitty's house, period. And also, that scene pissed me off because Martin, you are just, your son was right, actually, about how you just crash out randomly. You can't just get angry and not tell the kids what it's all about. They deserve to know. Like, that was a teaching moment for his son. He should have said, he should have been honest with him and said, listen, that's not a good man. He's been stalking me. Okay. And now he tricked you into allowing him to come into my house. So you need to be mindful of who you allow around you. And if the son went further to say something about him stalking him or whatever, and asking questions, then you can say, stay in the child's place. All you need to know is that's not a good man. I just told you he's been stalking me. And these types of things, he could have been in here doing anything to you. What if I didn't come home? He could have ended your life right in your own house. Period. Like, as parents, we can't tell our kids to just stay in the child's place and just do as I say and don't worry about why I'm doing what I'm doing. No, you got to tell these kids, you got to give them life experiences and say, listen, that man is not a good man, and here's why. And he's been talking to you on the internet for a couple of weeks because he's stalking me. Period. I don't know where his children get that it's okay to allow anybody in their house. You're not going to go over somebody's, I will hope, but it looked like from what this, he would. You're not going to just go over somebody's house and you don't know them. I know I wouldn't. Child. Unbelievable. Michelle says, Martin's kids need a black mama in their lives. Hell yeah. Because let me tell you something. My mother would never. My mother would never. Okay. She would not allow that at all. And I would have got my tail tore the heck up for allowing somebody to come in my house. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Kalani Harrelson says security extras are not in the budget, child. But see, that's crazy to me. Security is not in the budget, but y'all continuously giving people $50,000 at a time. Ted gave Leslie $50,000. Y'all giving Kenneth, the busboy, $50,000 to go away. How that work? Everything $50,000? And y'all are so easy to get money out of. And what makes you think that this man was going to really just go away and not ask for any more money? Just like Ted paid Leslie to go away and she came back. And what did you do? Pay her again? And she didn't leave. So y'all just out here passing out money. That's what the Duprees are doing. You are passing out funds just willy-nilly. Give me $50,000. Hell, I can use it right about now. Give me $50,000 since y'all just want to throw your damn money away. Shit. Montrez Jones says Martin's kids are so dumb. Yeah, they seem to be disconnected from the world. But see, that's the thing. When your kids are rich like that and they didn't grow up having any type of adversity in their life, everything is given to them, and you're not giving them any life experiences or really talking to them, because Martin clearly doesn't talk to his children. He over here lying and trying to make a clear glass life for them, and it's not crystal clear. It's not crystal clear like that. Montrez Jones says Tyrell really let that man in the house. He did. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Kalani Harrelson says exactly. They have Tyrell acting really dumb. Yeah, real dumb. Real dumb. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Linda Gamble is speaking to the peoples. Michelle says Martin can't tell his kids more about Kenny until he comes clean with Smitty. Right, but here's the thing also. He needs to go ahead and tell Smitty. And Smitty don't need to be using this to put it on the 9 o'clock news. I think that Martin, honestly, in this whole situation, I think that Martin is innocent. I think that Martin may have had a car accident. This man got out of pocket out on him. His grandfather was somehow around. They must have beat this man up to oblivion to where, you know, he was unconscious or whatever. Then you got Ted. In comes Ted. Ted fixes him up. And now this man is on a manhunt to come after them. That's what I think happened. I think Martin is really innocent in the situation. And with that being said, just tell the truth. Because if you tell the public what happened and just tell the truth, that gets rid of Kenneth. It gets rid of all of this having to pay somebody money and all this stuff. This all just sounds dumb to me. And y'all keep on getting big bad Bill, which ain't doing shit but creating bills for y'all. He ain't doing shit. All the people that y'all so-called has the fixer coming over here to fix keep coming back. So he's a faulty fixer. It'd be no way that you'll be coming over here begging me to apologize to your wife and you don't even do the things right that I ask you to do. Get your bum ass out of my house. You divorced my daughter. I have nothing for you, Bill. Okay, Bill, you're becoming a bill. You're creating more bills for me, paying off people that ain't really gonna run it off. Okay. Montrez Jones says, I still don't talk to strangers today. Period. Me either. Okay. Well, sort of you on the internet, but then y'all ain't strange. Y'all my peoples. But yeah, if people come up to me and speak to me and I know that they're from, one time I went to Miami and I had a young lady come up to me and be like, oh, are you shayreneeonline? And I was like, oh yeah, we took a picture or whatever. This was when my channel was even smaller than it is now. And she was actually somebody we found, like, I thought about it. She went to high school with me too. I think she was young. She was way younger than me. I think she was a freshman when I was a senior or whatever. And so, she knew me from that too, but she also watched my channel. So, I realized those things in conversation with her, but she came up to me with an indication that she knew me from somewhere. But anybody just coming up and talk to me, I'm a little skeptical about you. I'm going to have to keep a couple arm lengths between us until I figure out what the fuck going on. Okay. Cause it's a little crazy out here. It's a lot of crazy out here. Michelle says, Montrez Jones, me either. Cause I got a black mama. Right. Linda Gamble says, I believe Sharon and Vernon had an affair back in the day. Child, Vernon did something. I don't think it was Sharon. I think Sharon is the lady with the crazy wig, right? I think it was the other lady, Tracy. I think he did something with Tracy because Tracy lights up way too much when Vernon's name is brought up. That's what I think. Kalani Harrelson says, I'm finally home to say hello to you, Linda Gamble. Oh, thank you for speaking back, Kalani. Michelle says, I agree, Shay. I don't think whatever Martin did was that big a deal. I don't think so either. And his constant crash outs are just very annoying to me now. Like Martin always walking around with his shoulders stressed and he always angry, but ain't going to do shit. You are a cupcake. You're not going to do anything to anybody. And you always acting like you about to, I don't know. You act like you always about to do something to somebody. And from what they did to this man, you would think Martin got the Emmett Till treatment. He didn't. I don't get it. Kalani Harrelson says, Bill is a piss poor fixer. Olivia Pope would never. Exactly. They need to pay her all that money that they paying Bill to do absolutely nothing. So moving on, y'all. We have Desperate Danny, child. Listen. Let me tell y'all, I love Danny, but I'm tired. I'm getting Mama Dolores tired, and so is Shay Renee. I'm tired. Danny, stop going over to Bill and Haley's house. Writers, are you listening? We're tired. The story is tired. It's done. Stop making Danny desperate. She is desperate Danny at this point. I am so over it. Stop. Crashing halt. Please stop. I am so. Why are you going over here giving this bitch a sweet potato or a pie, a sweet potato pie or a pie or whatever? I would not eat anything that comes out of Danny's house. And you gave an indication that you did something to it before you left. Why are you over these people's house? Danny, baby, Bill does not want you. Okay? All of these advances that you keep on making. At the end of the day, we know that Haley is lying about this baby, but why do you give a fuck? I wouldn't give a shit. If she lying about this baby and it comes out to be true, I would just laugh at his ass. I wouldn't give a shit about trying to help him figure out sooner than later that she's lying about this baby. Why do I care? I would give two fucks about Bill and this baby. Period. If he want to let his woman lie to him, because honestly, deep down inside, I think Bill knows that she's lying. I do. I think Bill knows that homegirl is not pregnant and that she's lying. Now, if he is the amazing fixer that he keeps on trying to make everybody think that he is, then he'll make something happen. He must be baking a cake behind the scenes to get her ass. But at this point, you just wasting my time. That's what you're doing. You're wasting our time at the end of the day. Let it go, Danny. You come over there and Bill talking about every scene with Haley and Bill and another Dupree. He begging somebody to apologize to her. Listen, Haley needs to be apologizing to people for being so fake. You intertwined yourself into the family, and now you think that everybody is supposed to dance and have a good time around you like normal, as if you didn't steal this lady's husband. Now that he is stolen and gone, Danny, let it go. I know that people can't tell people when or where to get over things, but at this point, baby girl, it's time to move on. It's time to let it burn like Usher. Let it go, because I'm tired. You're doing too much. You keep going over their house. You keep going up to the hospital. You don't have to do any of this. It is not a requirement. Even as he's the father of your children, right? Just get the answers from your kids. Be like, oh, your father in the hospital. What is he? All right, he good? Oh, okay. That would be me. Because he could kick rocks with no socks on, if you ask me. I don't give a fuck about what Bill doing. Okay? You marry this bitch that I basically sort of raised because she was best friends with our daughter. Then you marry her and you force my family to come to the wedding so that you can shove it down my throat. You can suck a bag of, okay? If you ask me, Bill, there would be no way that I would be hanging out or anywhere in proximity of them. I would make them feel extremely uncomfortable, or I just wouldn't give a shit. Why? Just why? And Haley, why are you faking this pregnancy? You know, you really need a lot of attention, and you do too much. Even with you going to the hospital and faking like you coming there to get a sonogram and check on the baby. And Ashley knew that your ass ain't have no sonogram or ultrasound. And if I was Ashley, I would have said, girl, you mean the sonogram you ain't never had? Because I was looking at your file the other day and there wasn't no sonogram. Because what the fuck going on? You tripping. That's what I would have said. But I guess that's some type of HIPAA law violation. Maybe she wasn't supposed to be looking up homegirl's file. I don't know. But moving on. Kalani Harrelson says, right, after he kicked me to the curb, I would sit back like that MJ GIF eating popcorn, smiling when shit hits the fan. Exactly. Okay. There is no way that I would give two shits about what the hell is going on with you. You could kill over and fry for all I care. Okay. And y'all read between the lines of what fry sounds like. Okay. So moving on, we go to Ashley and Andre on this little fake a date. And Ashley, wow, you really are a piece of work. And also beyond the gates, let's just say this. I'm tired of y'all going to Uptown and Orphe Jeans. Can we get y'all to go somewhere else? It's like the only places y'all can go to is the country club, the Uptown place, and Orphe Jeans. Is there another place that people can meet up? Maybe let's have some more scenes at y'all houses or something. I don't know, but I'm tired of seeing y'all in the same places. We can't just have 4 sets. I mean, I know it's still new and everything, but we got to get another set of places for them to meet up. But I'm just saying. Moving on. Ashley is having, anxiety about going into Uptown because she, the last time she went there, her and Derek, he was proposing, but then she quickly got over it because she turned around and saw that fine piece of chocolate Andre with her. And she was like, oh, I'm going to cover up this memory with Andre. Let's go on in here. So then she gets a rude awakening when her ass goes in there and sees Shanice with Derek. So Shanice is over here smizing and doing all the sensual faced things with Derek. Derek is locked in with Shanice. He don't give two shits about that boring piece of Ashley over there. Ashley is just looking just as pale and dry as she has been the entire time she's been on this show. And Derek could give two shits about her. He's over there having drinks, and they walk over and speak. Ashley and Andre, that is. So they speak to them, and Derek is like, oh, okay, cool. Clocked it. You really wanted to be with Andre. That's why you ain't want to marry me. Okay. Next, Shanice, what we doing? What we drinking? What we eating? And Ashley's like, oh, well, make sure you're mindful of the budget. Girl, did you really think you ate? She really thought she ate when she was trying to come for him. And he was like, girl, you look like a clown. Okay. He didn't give two shits about Ashley and what the fuck she had going on. And Shanice didn't care either. Shanice was like, girl, I'm not your boss in here. Okay. But he going, I might be his leader later in the bedroom. How about that? Did y'all notice Derek? He got a little more interesting now that he not with Ashley. I don't know. I seem to care, and his acting got much better once he wasn't in scenes with Ashley anymore. Y'all notice that? I don't know. And Ashley's still boring, even if she filming with Andre. Ashley is just not needed. I'm sorry. She needs some more acting skills. I'm over her. So moving on, Ashley and Andre sit down to have drinks, y'all. And they're talking about, Ashley over there talking about Derek. She can't stop looking over at Derek and Shanice. And Derek ain't look at her not one damn time. He was all up in Shanice's grill and titties, okay? He wasn't thinking about Ashley or Andre. And Andre is like, oh, we're having a good time. Don't worry about them. Just let it go and blah, blah, blah. Then they get to talking about him being a hoe bag and all the cities, every other city he go. He sees all the hoes, okay? That's what he do. He get back, cock up a leg or two, and then go to the next city. Go on to the next thing. That's what he do. And Ashley don't give two shits about that. She just like, listen, I just want to see what I need to do to get in between the sheets with you. She trying to move on real quick. And I'm like, Ashley, girl, you wouldn't even know what to do with Andre, okay? But whatever. So anyway, we get to the point where Danny comes in. We're going to get through every scene, y'all, because we ain't going to go day by day. We'll go scene by scene. So Danny comes in and, she has a conniption throwing her purse and keys and shit. She gets real mad. So she comes over there and she gives this whole story about, hey, Andre, what about the girl that you were talking to and this, that, and the third and blase, blase. I'm like, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Danny, baby, just because you are ready to, no, let me retract that. Danny, just because you told your family that you and Andre are hunching, you still haven't let go of Bill. And if I'm Andre, that would get on my nerves. It really would, because it's like, okay, Andre, on one hand, you want Danny to claim you, and she just told you, don't hurt her. Don't make me look like a fool. Don't have me out here looking crazy. But what are you doing? Out here making her look crazy. That's what you're doing. Immediately, not even a day later, you out here on a date with a bitch and in public. You at a place that everybody goes to. So you didn't give two shits about whether somebody saw you or not. Let's make that very clear. So you're asking for, to be claimed by Danny, but you over here doing the self same thing that she was worried about, that she was scared of by trying to move on. So you out here making her look like a fool. And she just told her whole family that y'all was kicking it. Now, Danny, baby, crazy. You need to stop. You need to let Andre go and spread his balls somewhere else if you're not going to let his balls stay in your court. Okay? Let him go on and let Lionel lick Lily's leathers. Okay? What is it? Let Lionel lick Lily's lusty leathers. That's what it is. Say that 5 times fast. Go on over there and let Ashley have that boy if you ain't gonna mess with him. And by the way, you came over here doing an entire scene. You did the entire most coming over there, acting like I would have been suspicious if I was Ashley. And Ashley's so dumb. She's like a doe in the woods. She couldn't get the fact that, like, you didn't pick up on the fact that they fucking. Girl, really? And she acting like, all right, Danny, can you get on out of here now? You hear? Like, Danny is bothering her. Now, Danny, isn't Ashley Naomi's best friend? So you should have been a little more familiar with her than you were acting. So Ashley walks away to go to the bathroom. And Danny, Danny read the fuck out of her. She said, she's so boring that she makes vanilla look spicy. I said, baby, what? Not making vanilla look spicy, child. She was not checking for Ashley in the least bit. Okay. I would have thought it would have passed more if Andre was after Shanice. She would have been a better reset for him, or I would have believed it more if they were on a date. But I guess because Ashley has been kind of pining after Andre behind the scenes all this time, they wanted to make it come to fruition. But it is what it is, child. I don't want to see Ashley and Andre, and I'm starting to feel like I don't want to see Andre and damn Danny no more either. Because Danny is doing the absolute freaking most. And I'm like, girl, just pick a side, make a decision. So moving on, we get to LaQuanda Govan says, I'm sick of Ashley. Child, you and me both, sis. Kalani Harrelson says, I really hate their storyline. Yeah, I think it could be more added to it to make it better. It's just dry. Ashley just dry. I'm sorry, not sorry. So we get to the police station, okay? We got child. I just let me say this. This whole thing with Smitty, let me pull this up, y'all, because I'm about to forget somebody's damn name. Let me see. Jacob, that's his name. I be forgetting. Dudley Do Right Jacob. I learned last week, Jacob wants to pick and choose who he want to be Dudley Do Right for. Okay. He at first was all like, oh, I'm going to do my job and I got to do what I got to do for my job. If I find out this, that, and the third, but my father wouldn't do that. My father is not this type of guy. My father this, my father that. So it's okay for you to hold everybody outside of your dad accountable. He did admit later on to Smitty that he will hold his father accountable too, but I don't believe that. I think that Jacob, oh child, this thing covering me up. Okay, we can't use her. I think that deep down, Jacob would cover up for his dad. That's what I think. I think that Jacob, you take your job too serious. I'm sorry, not sorry. Jacob takes his job entirely too seriously. He wants to sit up here and hold the arm of the law and in his hands. Jacob, let me tell you something. If you lost that job today or tomorrow, they'll be having somebody else sitting in that desk. You going this hard and everybody. I'm not saying people shouldn't do good at their jobs or whatever the case may be. Do a good job at your job, but you're doing this job like your life depends on it, and it's too much. He is just teamed too much with the shit that he do. Like, okay, let's get down to it. Let's get to the bottom of it. Smitty is over here trying to crack the case. I think he's more concerned at this point because now he knows Martin is involved. And I think that if Martin told Smitty what was going on, that would make everything go away. Smitty over here looking up the detectives' deposits and this, that, and the third. Smitty, You walking around here like you know all this information and you safe. If these people are getting deposits like this in their accounts, you are openly sharing that you know about this stuff. What makes you think they won't do something to get rid of you? Because you snooping around too much. The chief has already called in favors to try to get you to be silenced and to get off this case. What is going on? And didn't the Martin just give you permission to start damn working? I don't get it. I don't get it. But moving on, child. So Smitty is having these little private conversations with Jacob. Jacob having these little private conversations with Kat. They all back here playing inside private eye detective, trying to get in everybody's business. Now, Kat is annoying me with her case as well. You keep coming around like, oh, I'm very rich and I gave you this little bit of information, so you should be putting her in jail by now. And Kat, you need to stop. You are being real hot. You keep coming around Jacob. If anything, Leslie could file a lawsuit against you, like you stalking her and you harassing her, if she was smart enough. But she don't want to use none of that $50,000 that Ted gave her because she is in much more hot water than she could ever get Kat into. So you got Smitty and Kat coming after Jacob to solve the case. Chase is on the case. It's too much. So let's move over to Ted and Eva, okay? So Ted goes into his office and he's upset because there was some certifications that were supposed to be filed and he didn't have the certificates completed in time. And we have a flashback. I knew something was going to happen. Remember when Kat and Eva were sitting there? Eva was like, oh, what is this certification? And what do we need to do with this type of stuff? And Kat was like, oh, no, just go ahead and take that off the screen. It doesn't matter. Now, let me say this. Kat is full of shit because your dad, Ted, said that that's going to cost them money. So you are so in tune with trying to make Eva look bad that you just cost your father tons of money. To prove what point? Proving a point. If I was Ted and I found out that Kat did that shit, I would be pissed off at her. Because at the end of the day, you're doing team entirely too damn much. You are doing team entirely too damn much, and you costing me money. You could be possibly costing him his practice. Because what were those certifications for? What if that halted him being able to do any surgeries until he got the certification? You fucking around with his money. And that type of shit right there, that's not worth it enough for you to be trying to teach somebody a damn lesson. So Kat, get your shit together. Because you're doing too much. You're doing too much, sis. But moving on. She plays the innocent. Eva is upset because she didn't get the certifications done. So he tells her to go and look out at the job site or something that was going on. And Kat comes in. So Kat comes in and she sells the whole point that, oh, yeah, Eva really messed up. Let me try to save this situation. I told you, Dad, that she wasn't ready for this and blah, blah, blah. Kat, girl, you're annoying. You are extremely annoying, and I cannot. I can't do it. I can't handle Kat anymore. Kat, go sit your ass down because you really are acting like a brat. And at this point, is proving that Eva is such a bitch or she is just such a bad person worth fucking up your parents' business, your parents' livelihood, because your parents are still married. Okay, your father is still contributing to that household, whether he living in it or not. So, girl, get yourself together. Get it together. So I hope she figures it out. So then after they talk, Ted leaves because he's supposed to be meeting Nicole for lunch or whatever, which I was excited to see that they were actually going to interact with each other, because Ted, I need to see more of you going over to this house, just popping up with flowers and just saying, hey, I just wanted to see your face. Or, I just want you to know I love you. And I'm going to keep telling you at some type of way every day. I would be overdoing it with this lady, because you overdid it, cheating on her and having a baby on her. Even though it was years ago, and I feel like there's a way for them to work around this. But obviously, you're not. I see Ted doing more of making excuses and hiding from Nicole than trying to fix shit with her. I'm over it. I am super over Ted and his bullshit. Like, Ted, man up and go get your woman. That's what I want you to do. Okay? So, speaking of Ted going to get his woman, he goes, no, we're not going to go there yet. Let's go to y'all. Let's go to, remind me of, what is the henchman's name that works for the casino, the owner of the casino? What is his name? Somebody remind me in the chat. I know is it something with a K as well? I can't remember, y'all. Listen, my brain today, trying to memorize all these characters' names, is crazy. But the guy that works for the Malone guy, I think his last name is Malone, child. Randy, yes, it's an R, not a K. So Randy was found, okay, because apparently after he didn't knock off Kenneth, he was supposed to, he works for Joey, and Joey told him, he brought Joey the money, and Joey realized that the money was short. Okay. So the detective guy, the faulty detective rather, he brings Randy in because Randy was at the terminal at DCA, Reagan National Airport, apparently, and he was getting ready to go to Bali. Okay. He was getting ready to go to Bali, and Marcel, Detective Marcel, he got his ass and brought him to Joey. So Joey's like, so you was just gonna run off with my money? And Randy was like, I just needed to lay low for a while, just to let you cool off, and I just needed to figure it out. Randy, what was you gonna figure out? You was gonna figure out life after running off, and you thought Joey wasn't gonna find you? Like, this wasn't a good plan, Randy. You should have just told Joey in the beginning, listen, boss, I tried to get him, but he got away. He got away. That would have been better off for you. You said that the pow pow jammed when you were trying to off him. And since the pow pow jammed, you only could get one shot off, and you felt like you hurt him, but then he got up and started running. Okay. So Randy, that's when you find him and you beat him to a pulp. That's what you do. That's your job as a henchman. You were supposed to make sure that that man didn't make it out of there breathing. Okay. He should have been coming up stinking somewhere, not running around and in Martin's house. That shouldn't have been what he was doing. And Martin, you over here running after this man. You done found him at the restaurant, and you talking to him, and he telling you, you better give me my money. Now, my thing is, Kenneth, you escaped death one time already, and you're just walking around like life is peachy keen for you. I would have gotten the heck out of Dodge, because if somebody is trying to off me and I didn't get my money, I would believe that somebody would catch up with me at some point. Okay, I wouldn't be fucking with these people. That's not one thing that I would be doing. So Joey was talking to Marcel and Randy, and he's basically like, yeah, because you disobeyed me, now I have to end you, because you didn't end him. So now somebody got to die. Okay, and it's going to be you. So as Randy is somewhat pleading for his life, talking about, please, I would never do anything to you, and this, that, and the third, here comes Vanessa and Captain Gambler. Okay. They come on in and they're basically pleading for Randy's life and saying, we talked to Randy and he was seemed like he saw a ghost and he was scared. So it's you. So Vanessa power poses on Joey's ass and tells him, listen, I'm going to pull out of our deal if you don't let Randy live, and you better leave him alone. He going to walk out of his safe and you better leave him alone. And if you don't, I'm going to take my money. I'm going to pull out of this deal. Now, Vanessa, you do know that your husband owes this man $250,000, right? That's why you already got some favors here. So what you going to do in lieu of that, because you are doing this deal with him, hiding the funds and all. Yeah, I'm sure the 250K will be paid quicker with this hiding of the money situation. So I'm sure that debt will be paid quickly. But for you to pull out of it, I hope you pay this man his money. I don't get it. And I really, Vanessa seems to have a lot of balls, because she was the one negotiating at the table a lot when it came to Joey in the beginning, where it comes to her husband and his debt and so on and so forth. It's like she's been Captain Save-A-Hoe a lot, but yet you over here dropping your draws being a hoe. Captain Save-A-Hoe is a hoe, and you over here just dropping your draws for the trainer. You barely giving it to your husband. You over here on poker tables with Joey. It's just like, girl, unbelievable. It's a lot. It's a lot, Vanessa. But I'm glad you see Randy life, child. I'm glad. Let's get into these comments. Kalani Harrelson says, yeah, we saw that set up a mile away. Yeah, absolutely. With Eva and Kat, I saw that a mile away too, friend. Karen J says, Randy. Yeah, okay. Thank you for reminding me of his name, sis. Faith is a Substance is in the building, y'all. Please go over to Faith is a Substance channel and subscribe to her channel. She does a lot of commentary over there where she interviews people. She talks about a lot of real life situations over there. So please go over to her channel and subscribe. Okay, we got to run up the numbers. Also, my girl Kalani Harrelson is a content creator as well. She does reviews on movies, and she is actually a producer and a writer as well. So she does all the things. So please go ahead and subscribe to Faith is a Substance and Kalani Harrelson's channels. Okay, two very talented people over here in the building. Kalani says, I can't believe they used the white woman saving the black man trope. Yeah, you know what? You are right about that. You are absolutely right about that. I don't like that. I don't like that, because at the end of the day, she's supposed to be saving them some kind of way, but she ain't really saving shit. She really need to be saving some STD medication, if you catch my drift. Okay. Because that little hot pocket is on fire. She just out here, you get some pussy, you get some pussy, you get some pussy, you get some pussy. Like, she's just giving everybody that box. And it's like, girl, it's like your coochie is fighting every day for another day. You in here fighting Joey, but your coochie is fighting all the day. Okay, it's too much. You need to pipe down. That little hot pocket is on fire, baby. It's on fire. All right. Montrez Jones says, Montrez, let me know, because I keep addressing you, even though I think your picture, what's the proper way to say, what are your pronouns? Like, are you a male or a female? Because I want to address you properly. Because your name could kind of go either way. Let me know, because I just want to make sure I address you properly. But Montrez Jones says, the actress that plays Vanessa is only, oh, really? Is only 38? Oh, she looks way older than that and does. Male, thank you, Montrez. Okay, I want to make, because child, I be saying, hey sis, and this, that, and the third, because I'm so used to having, but thank you. I want to address you properly, because finally took a deep look into your picture, and I was like, I think that's a handsome man. Okay, let me ask. All right. But shout out to Montrez Jones. We appreciate you, friend. She's 38. Well, unfortunately, a lot of them don't age well. They don't age well. Baby, she younger than me. Ugh. That's tragic. Tragic. Faith is a substance says, thank you so much. Of course, friend. We support over here. Karen J says, they did not use a black woman for I'm mad they didn't use a black woman for this role. Yeah, I would have liked that too, but I guess they trying to keep, have some diversity going on, child. I don't know, but with Ashley and Vanessa, it's team too much. I don't know. I'd rather keep Vanessa than Ashley, if I'm being honest. Kalani Harrelson says, thanks, boo. Yes, of course. We support all the good contents around here. Karen J says, I'm glad they did not use the black woman. Oh, okay. I'm glad they did not use a black woman for this role. Okay, I got you, Karen J. Oh, okay. Oh, to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Or to be sleeping around with people. Yeah, yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah, you're right. Because I wouldn't want her to be sleeping with all these people and whatnot. I don't like that. Kalani Harrelson says, no, she's 38. Yeah, she look old, Montrez. Absolutely. My girl D is in the building. D Herfer says, good evening. What's up, D? Thank you so much for joining us. D is also one of my members. Thank you so much for joining. Montrez Jones says, I thought she was well in her 50s. Yes, you and me both, okay? At least late 40s, early 50s or something, but child, a mess, okay? But anywho, they come in and save Randy's tuchus, okay? So Randy runs off into the sunset. I don't know where, but it is what it is. So Jacob is talking to the chief, aka his daddy, and he trying to figure out what's going on. He trying to help Smitty crack the case, okay? So his dad, it's like a parallel story where it looks like the dad. Did y'all notice how the dad, Jacob was talking to his dad and Smitty was talking to Martin? So it kind of gave us the illusion that one of them was going to tell the story as to what really happened. So they dragged it out so much that it ended up where both of them ended up lying to their prospective loved one and continuing the lie on. So the chief daddy says, listen, not for nothing. I think your guy Smitty is out here chasing nothing. Okay. He need to just leave it alone. If Marcel said that his sister, so Marcel said that the reason why he got the $500,000 deposit is because his mama passed away and they sold the house and the sister gave him his part and deposited it. And then Smitty was like, but it was in cash. And he's like, I don't know how that happened, but yeah, that's how she gave it to me. Okay. Then Jacob says, yeah, and I saw him with Joey, and Joey gave him an envelope full of money. Y'all are showing your hand too much. That's what it's given to me. Y'all are extremely exposing yourselves way too much and allowing them in on way too much information, which is not going to allow this case to progress. So it ain't really a gimme gotcha. The chief is not going to tell you the truth. Obviously, Martin is not going to tell Smitty, but Martin might as well tell Smitty because he goddamn Carmen Sandiego. He going to figure the shit out. He been in the mystery van every day on the case, about to get your ass. He going to figure out what the hell you doing. So tell your husband. Then you over here running around talking about you need security detail on him and the kids, and you want to make sure don't nobody know that Smitty getting followed. Jacob ends up telling Smitty that Martin asked Marcel to get security for all of them and to not tell them. So Jacob, why would you tell him? Why would you uncover that to Smitty? Because now Smitty is going to have to go home and he's going to have to force Martin into having this conversation. That's just what it's going to be. So it is what it is. I just want them to go ahead and just at least tell us what really happened that night, because at this point, y'all are irritating the fuck out of me. We're going around Robin's Bend, and here we go again, loop-de-loo, around a story centered around Martin in a mess that was cleaned up supposedly a year or so ago, and we don't even know what happened. Let's just give us a flashback of what happened. I'm tired. So moving on, y'all. Let's talk about the argulets. The articulates. Okay, child. Let me look at this chat real fast before we go into these people's. Oh, Tay is here. What's up, Tay? Tay says, "Hey, Shay and chat. Oh yes, Smitty about to crack the case on Martin. Yeah, and I hope he hurry up and crack it like an egg over his head. Just let it get it out, because I'm tired. I'm really tired of waiting." D. Herford says, "How you put Carmen in the van with Scooby and Shaggy?" They gotta ride together, because it's just as foolish as what these people got going on here. Okay. When Tay Talk says, "I didn't understand Jacob telling him that too, but he tried to act like Cat be bothering him." Yeah, but like, I would tell him to just tell Cat, "Listen, I'm not telling you shit. Like, let me do my job and leave me the fuck alone." That's what I would be telling her, because she's like acting like she owns him because he's married to her cousin. Child, get on, girl. When Tay Talk says, "Let's not," they get on my nerves, sis. Oh, let's not, talking about the argulets. Kalani Harrelson says, Kay is bothering him with her bugaboo ass. Yes, absolutely. She's doing too much. Okay. So let's get to the argulets, child. So the argulets is in the hotel room, and you know, the matriarch of the family comes in, and she's coming in there telling them, Sharon and Tracy, like, "Oh, okay, we need to go ahead and we need to make sure that our steps are on course and whatnot, and that we are not looking old, and our routines ain't tired. So we need to go ahead and have some new choreography." So Sharon had just finished saying how she was leaving a couple of episodes ago. So now they pulled her back in. So I just don't get it. I don't get it, because y'all can quit every 5 minutes, but when she wants to bring in something new, y'all got a problem. Now I get it, just like Boys to Men and all of those old groups from the time back in the day. Anita is coming in telling them, "Listen, we can't be up here doing the same two steps that we were doing in the past. We gotta spruce this up. So I'm footing the bill for everything. Y'all don't gotta worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it." Now, on one hand, I understand Tracy and Sharon's point, because it's like, you just kind of coming in here telling us, you didn't ask. Now, I can understand. Anita should have came in and said, been more like, "Listen, what do y'all think about getting a new choreographer? Okay. What do you think about us doing this?" Now, also, Anita, are you doing this the night before y'all show? Like, you got these old bitches trying to learn some new choreography like two days before a show. It has to be in a timely manner too. So y'all might just need to be up there fucking you know, old lady stepping, two-stepping. That's what you need to be doing. Anita, listen, while you're trying to be helpful, you got to be mindful of your group. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get on your tops, Sharon and Tracy, because y'all are up in here using the fuck out of Anita. That's what y'all doing. Don't think we forgot that at that coffee shop, y'all was talking about how you gonna use her, and then you gonna go off into the sunset and have your own career. Sharon, you ain't slick, and we didn't forget. And Sharon, you and your lopsided wig, don't nobody want to see you. Don't nobody want to see you, Otis, okay? Because if you could sing so well, and if you were so amazing, you and Tracy Top, y'all would have been on and had a group by yourselves, and you wouldn't need Anita. See, here's the thing. Anita could have went on and did her own thing by herself. They actually only asked for her. So she came back and dragged y'all out of y'all rat holes in the ghetto to try to help y'all make some money. But you and Tracy and Lopsided Wig, that got a little curl last episode, she coming in there talking about some, and you want to bring in new choreography. You need to do it without me. Well, bitch, get on. Take you and your wig and blow in the wind like it looked like you've been doing all day. Gone with the wind, not fabulous. Get the fuck on. Because I'm tired of Sharon's attitude. Sharon acts like she is a needed supreme. You are not. You are the most angry argulet. We're tired of you. Let it go, bitch. We don't need you. Because Khadijah don't need you. And Anita don't either. Okay? She don't need you. So they keep on bringing up, you are the reason why our group didn't do this, and you're doing the same thing from in the past. But you bitches was following her, though. I'm tired of them blaming Anita. This is all y'all fault. Y'all don't want to do the work. That's why Anita is where she is. She was taking on new opportunities. She was willing to progress. Y'all can't keep doing that old tired stuff. We are not even in the 99s, but we well into the 2000s. Okay. We are well into the 2000s, and all that shit that y'all was doing in the 70s and the 80s or whenever y'all time was, that shit ain't rocking now. So you got to do something different. Every group that was out and popular back then, they are doing something different now. So Anita admitted that she the one paying for all this shit, and then y'all gonna stand up there and say y'all need the money. So you need the money, and you arguing, getting on her damn nerves, and you ain't paying for shit. Let me get this right. You not paying for nothing. You got the biggest mouth, both of y'all. You ain't adding shit but your raggedy ass vocal cords, which probably ain't even all that. That's why Anita was able to go and be solo, and nobody was checking for y'all or asking for y'all. Why y'all ain't had no career since, because wasn't nobody checking for y'all, okay? But if you want to get a check, shut up. I would be tap dancing on clouds if this bitch asked me to. You hear me? If I need to check. So you ain't running shit. You're not running shit. Because if I'm Anita, I can go back and sit in my house on the hill with my white picket fence and leave you bitches behind again. And this time my conscience will be clear. Because I have the coins. Do you? Oh, you don't. So get over here. And if this choreographer have your old ass breakdancing, you better put some fix-a-flat in them knees and get to getting. Okay? Get you some biofreeze on them knees and drop it like it's hot, bitch. Because Sharon talking about what you want to have us twerking. Well, bitch, if that's what the audience want us to do, you need a check. It's you that's broke, not me. Okay? So you over here trying to call some shots for some shit you don't have control over financially or none of it. Yeah. Get over here in two-step. Do whatever I ask you to do. Okay? Because this right here, I'm not about to be playing word salad with you. Because you 1 minute and it's okay for them to say they want to leave. But the minute Anita says that she ain't trying to, she not gonna do it, then it's a problem. Now she look like the bad guy. She sat up there and they talked all that shit to her about the lady that was now deceased and all this and the third. Let me talk about the lady that's deceased, okay? Y'all full of shit, okay? Homegirl offed herself, God take her to glory. We feel bad about her doing that. But that's not Anita's fault. Y'all got to stop blaming her, because if she did it because of Anita, she did it because of y'all too. Because y'all decided to go ahead and leave her. Y'all decided to leave her out too. And they said she was ghetto and she ain't fit the aesthetic of the group, okay? Y'all should have just told her that. Yeah, she was the one that got y'all all together, but if she ain't fit, you must have quit, okay? Get her on up out of here. Get her on up out of here. Okay? You want to be famous, right? You want to check, right? Y'all got to stop blaming Anita, and I'm tired of it. So I'm so glad that Anita kicked them scram in the ass out of her hotel room. I would be packing up my shit and going right back to Vernon like Tracy wants to. Because Tracy probably want to ride down the road for that bit, okay? Because I believe Tracy was riding Mr. Vernon into the sunset behind the scenes. You hear me? Anita out here singing hooks on the stage, and he giving her a hook and a curve behind the scenes. Okay, that's what I think. Because Tracy smiles a little bit too much for me when her man is around. All right, Anita, I wouldn't be on stage with this hoe. I tell you that, because she was doing some bed dancing with your husband, in my opinion. Okay, you better look at them. And Sharon might have been doing it too, because maybe that's why her wig's so damn lopsided all the fucking time. Child, please. Let me get to these comments. Tay says, and Sharon is just in it to use Anita anyway, and is. She said it at that damn coffee shop. You know, we can just use her for now. And then she was going to diss Tracy. She said, yeah, I'm gonna be in this right now, but then I'm gonna go solo. So Tracy, you over here agreeing with Sharon and having her back, but she already done told you, fuck you. I'm gonna go on and do whatever I want to do. Cause fuck both of y'all hoes. I can be solo by myself. If you could be solo by yourself, Sharon, the Karen, you would have been had a career. Nobody's checking for you, ho. Okay? Nobody. But what I need you to do is go on TikTok and get you a new wig. That's what I need you to do, because that one is not given. That wig gets on my nerves, y'all. It's flying away from her head, and them was not Farrah Fawcett curls at all. Kalani Harrelson says, yes, I do understand their point, but at the same time, Mama Dupree has a reputation to uphold. Exactly. I'm not going up here. If I'm going to come back after all these years, I'm not coming up here and putting on a show of bullshit. And I'm not trying to be mediocre just to get on here and grab a check. No, if I'm going to come back after all these years, I'm going to come back with a vengeance. Okay, you hear me? We're going to put on a goddamn show. We're not about to be up here pussyfooting around. Okay, none of that. When Tay Talk says, not old batches, yeah, oldest, okay, geriatric argulettes. That's what they are. Miss B is in the building. What's up, Miss B? Tay and Miss B are also members of mine. Thank y'all so much for joining. I truly appreciate y'all. Miss B says, hey, Shay Maz in chat. What's up, Miss B? Thank you for joining. Kalani Harrelson is, y'all laughing at me. Miss B says, argulet. Yeah, the argulets, because all they fucking do is argue. I'm sick of them. Okay? Tay is laughing. Right, and stop tweaking them lips. Yeah, girl. I'm tired. Okay. Kalani Harrelson says, if I was Sharon and I needed the money, I would say, okay, but would that kickball change or cha-cha? Was that kickball change or cha-cha? Right. Girl, you better put them boots on the ground and do whatever they tell you to do. Okay? Please. Miss B says, oh yeah, Tracy got some secrets with for sure. Yeah, I definitely think Tracy was cha-cha sliding on that peen. Okay? She was doing something. Miss when Tay Talk says Vernon don't even know Tracy exists, and now he don't. But I think back in the day something was going on, because Tracy be too googly eyed around him. That Tracy looks like she is Haley's mother in real life, and Anita be looking good. Ooh, child. She might be, but Haley, and also when we get to Haley, y'all, her acting is terrible. Her acting, she be like, well, I'm here for my follow-up appointment with Dr. Perkins. And remember when we all used to be friends, Ashley, and we were just hanging out? Remember, I was in those group chats too. You know how she do that little up tempo with her voice? And Danny, you keep coming over my house like we need you around. And you're the one worrying about my pregnancy. Roger that. Like, Haley, girl, get it together. Because that tempo is off, baby. The tempo is off. Shout out to the 21 people in the chat. Please like the video, y'all, so we can get some more folks up in here. All right, go on, like that video, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I truly appreciate you. Montrez Jones says, I don't care for Haley's acting either. She makes the character seem even dumber. Yeah, she does. It's just like, girl, stop. I'm over you. So Anita kicks the argulettes out of her hotel child, and she about to come home with her man and all the drama with her cheering, okay? And I don't blame her, not one piece of a bit. So we move on over to what's this child? Leslie comes to the diner and she talking to Haley. Now, this scene was very unnecessary because Leslie, why would Haley want to be your friend? She has a husband. She has the money. She don't need you. Like, you talking about being her friend and they both are outcasts and this, that, and the third. But bitch, you a broke outcast, Leslie. I don't need you over my house kicking your feet up on my table, eating my good tea and crumpets for free. Bitch, get on. Scram. I don't care about you. Why do I need to hang out with you? You're a peasant. Like, girl, bye. You over here starting shit. And my husband don't fuck with you. So what you think I'm supposed to be your friend? I didn't understand her sitting there with Haley and what she really thought that she could provide Haley. And she's keeping Haley keeps trying to leave to go to her fake doctor's appointment. And uh homegirl is just like, we could be friends because, I know at that country club, people not, it's like she's sitting there trying to gossip with her friend, like with Haley, like she her friend. Like how she used to gossip with the two ladies that the house manager and Ashley's mama. Get a life, Leslie. Nobody likes you, sis. Nobody likes you. And nobody cares what the hell you talking about. You can't give, the bottom line is you can't give Haley shit. And if I'm Haley, why am I talking to you right now? Let me go to my fake doctor's appointment and move on. But I think that Leslie knew that Nicole was coming to that coffee shop. So she was killing time, because why were you there waiting with ammunition to go in on Nicole? I think she knew Nicole was coming. So she was just killing time, wasting time with Haley. That's what I think. But that whole scene was just a waste of time for me. Like, it was just like, these two don't need to be no dynamic duo, because it's really nothing that Leslie can do for Haley. Like, they already hate Haley. It's not like she wants to do anything to make them hate her even worse. And then Bill, probably, as much as he don't like the Duprees, as much as he say he don't, it wouldn't really help them to be in more turmoil with them. So if she's teaming up with Leslie, causing shit, like, why? I just think it was a waste of time. But moving on, as Haley is leaving to go to her fake doctor's appointment, she pays her bill, and I wouldn't be surprised if homegirl put that tip in her pocket, child, with her broke ass Leslie. So Nicole comes in there, and Nicole comes in, and Leslie invites her to sit down. Okay, Lord, why did she do that? Y'all, we got to get into this scene piece by piece. Okay. Nicole comes in and tells Leslie, why don't you know what? Yes, I will sit down with you. Why don't you just confess what you did? Basically telling her to confess about running Laura off the road and putting potassium in her IV or whatever. And Leslie was like, sure. Why don't I? She was like, technically, running someone off the road is not a crime. And, that's going to be hard for you to prove. It's going to be hard for you to prove intent. And Nicole was like, no, it's definitely not, because there was a scratch on the helmet that matches you, and there's the jacket and this, that, and the third. Like, Nicole must know all of this stuff because Kat, the detective, has filled her in all this stuff. So Leslie then says, okay, I confess. And Nicole says, you do? She says, I confess that I don't understand this obsession of yours. Nicole, I know you're a therapist and all this stuff, but girl, there's really something wrong with you. That's what she's like, seriously, is something wrong with you, Nicole? So then she goes into telling Nicole how, she was a better lover for Ted, and Nicole wasn't shit. And while she was at home mourning her babies and trying to get pregnant and this, that, and the third, Ted was over there humping up on her, and how she got the blue Monica Lewinsky dress in the closet with all the Ted's children on it, and how she go look at the dress all the time. I was like, girl, wait, pineapples, we're uncomfortable. Why do you have to do all of that? And my thing is, if I was Nicole, I wouldn't be getting upset, Because at the end of the day, Leslie is a fucking liar. And he's not fucking you now, bitch. So why am I going to sit up here and let my blood pressure go up? Because I would be like, oh, okay. So you was doing all that. And while you at night playing with yourself, thinking about my husband, I was riding him into the sunset every night, living in the big house that you wish you lived in while you was over there scratching on that dirty puss. And while you were living in the ghetto, going from pillar to post, trying to get you a sandwich for you and your daughter, and over here thinking of diabolical ways to infiltrate my family. And he sent you away. Maybe you should not come at me with this bullshit, because clearly I have the ring and you don't. How you want to slice those apples, bitch? Or better yet, let's get them in this apple pie that you love to eat here at Orphe Jeans. I'll pay for it, brokey. That's what I would have read the fuck out of that bitch. And I'd have been like, oh, is that the dress that got you pregnant? Did you hump it to oblivion, hoping that you can get some samples of his semen in that raggedy, godforsaken cesspool that you call a puss? Girl, bye. You and your stench trench, get the hell out of my face, because I do not have the time, patience, or wherewithal to deal with the likes of you. Girl, bye. I would have read the fuck out of her. Get you and your stench trench out of my face. I don't care about what you're talking about right now, because you're talking about my man from 20 years ago. Show me some evidence that y'all are fucking now. That's what I want to know. That was 20 years ago, and you've been pining in your bed playing with your rose every night to visions of my husband that you will never have fulfilled. Stop. Because, girl, I can go to his hotel room and get him back in my house right now. Play with me if you want to. He's gone because I said to be gone. He's over here begging for me daily, sis. What say you? I would not even let her rev me up to the point where I want to choke this hoe. So she just kept poking and poking and poking at Nicole. And Nicole got up and wrapped her hands around her throat like nobody's business. And that bitch fell back into somebody's damn booth and start drinking a random's water, being so extra and ridiculous. First of all, I'm like, you over here drinking some old WP man's water, child. He might have had his dentures in there, girl. Ain't no way. But moving on. So she's like, then here come Ted pulling Nicole off of her. And he's like, Nicole, control yourself. So Nicole is like, you know what? Because Leslie ended up telling her that she was in Ted's hotel room. She was like, oh, did Kat tell you that I was in his hotel room? And we were, she tried to make it seem like they was in there getting it in. Now, Ted, you are an idiot, because there is no way that I would even let this bitch grab a roll of toilet paper out of my hotel room. She would not be nowhere in closed areas. We would not be in closed quarters together ever. And at this point in life, y'all don't need to talk about Eva. Eva is a grown-ass woman. Anything you want to learn about Eva, ask her. Y'all don't need to communicate about Eva. So, Ted, you put yourself in these predicaments. And I wanted to smack the entire dog shit out of him when he pulled Nicole off of her. That's number one, which I'm glad he did, because ain't nobody trying to get no assault charge for this bitch. She would love that. But when Nicole left and you didn't run like Sha'Carri Richardson behind her, what the entire F is going through your head? Then you turn around and Leslie's like, oh my God, I need a ride home. Bitch, how you get here? How you get here? Go back from house you came. Okay, you can try home on them too. Go ahead and beat your feet the fuck home, because you will not get home in a ride with me. You lost your entire rabbit ass mind. Unbelievable. Ted is getting on my fucking nerves. And he gonna say, come on, I'll take you home. Get the divorce papers, Nicole, because at this point, it's a lot of bitch assness coming from Ted. I'm telling you, it's too much bitch assness coming out of that. Because if you mean to tell me You mean to tell me that you ain't gonna run behind your wife that's leaving, but you are gonna leave out of this establishment and let this bitch get in your car and take her home? The only thing that I would be doing with my car with this bitch is running her the fuck over. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable, Ted. I was seeing red as soon as I saw. I said, "Wow, wow!" I want to smack the fuck out of him. I wanted Nicole to put her hands around his neck at this point because you have lost your entire mind, Ted. You're not doing anything. You know what? Police, get the come over here and be a witness of him signing these. Get him to sign these divorce papers right now, because I don't want to be married to a bitch. This is a bitch, okay? I can't be married to no bitch assness, okay? Bitch Ella over here going after his damn mistress that got us in the midst of all this shit, and you taking this bitch home? She would have choked to death if I had anything to say with it. I'd be like, sit there and drink that water. I'm going to get my wife. Because what? Give me the divorce papers. Moving on. So we go to Andre going to Danny's house. Okay. Andre goes over there while Danny is talking to her friend about, the agency, and, her friend pumping her up. Like, you know what? We're looking for models, but you need to be the face of the company. You need to be the model. You get the strut. You get the strut. You get the strut. She trying to get her to be the main attraction for their modeling agency so that they can get more models. And she basically encouraging her to revive her career. So she agreed. She's, I don't know if she agreed or not, but as they're talking, here comes Andre. Which, how is Andre still entering your house without permission? You ain't rehired your spare key yet? He just able to walk up in your house all willy-nilly whenever the fuck he feel like it? Okay. So he comes in, they have a little back and forth, and she tell him about himself, he tell her, and then they end up rump sessioning. He slightly agrees that he gonna leave Ashley alone. I believe it when I see it. I will believe it when I see it. And fun fact, the actress that plays Pamela, which is Danny's friend, she used to be married to Joey in real life. They're actually, I think they're in the process of getting a divorce, or they divorced or whatever. But I saw that online somewhere. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And they on a show again together. I think they were on Passions together or some other reality TV show. But in any event, yeah, Danny, you got to figure out what you want to do with Andre. Like, do you want to be with him, or do you want to just fuck him? And then Andre, you got to figure out whether you just want to go on and be the fuck buddy or not. So back at the hospital with Haley pretending to be pregnant and Ashley knowing she fucking lying, Shanice over here stretching Derek out in the hallway in front of everybody. I'm like, girl, you could have at least took him in a room somewhere with some privacy. I mean, damn, he over here just stretching in the hallway and shit, and you working his back out, and you looking at him like he a piece of damn meat. Derek ain't look at Ashley not one goddamn time. And after Sharice, or what's her name, she was done stretching him out, Ashley got an attitude like, how you gonna be over here? You know what, whatever. And she throwing the appointment book and this, that, and the third. And homegirl was like, hold on, let me tell you something. Shanice was like, girl, let me tell you something. I am your boss and you will respect me, okay? All this stuff that's outside of work, you need to get the getting. Okay, because I'm sure listen, in my head, I was like, this got to be an HR violation of sorts. It got to be, because this is you disrespecting your daggone hierarchy. You better knock it off. Get your feelings together, because you was just over at dinner having all the cocktails, dreaming of Andre's cock. Girl, stop. You don't want Derek, but you don't want nobody to have him. You are a corny batch, as my girl Tay would say, batch. But moving on, Derek just flounces on up out of there and without a care in the world. He happy to see Shanice. Listen, he gonna have that black woman back, break his back and crack his back and heal his back all in one session. And I don't buy this whole Shanice. Oh, I'm just taking care of first responders. She was the first responder to that peen after homegirl was done with it. That's what it was. Okay. She ain't, because girl, you ain't taking all the damn firefighters out to lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and for drinks. This. Why you pick him specifically? Specifically. Okay. Moving on, Derek Road trots on up out of there with the biggest smile on his face, child. Not a kid in the goddamn world. He ain't tripping off of Ashley. Didn't even say bye to Ashley. Did y'all notice that? He ain't even say bye to her when he was leaving out because he was like, bitch, fuck you. I'm moving on. Going over there with Andre. I hope he blowing your back out, okay? Because I don't give two shits. But moving on. We get to where we at. Did we talk about everything? Oh yeah, so we on to this last episode. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I didn't even watch the scenes with Chelsea and Madison because I don't care. I feel like they were talking entirely too long. I feel like those scenes took up too much of the episode. It really did. But let's get into y'all comments. Oh, y'all been talking. Let's see. Did I say this already? That Tracy looks like, okay, we said that. Montreal says, I don't care for Haley's acting. Okay, we talked about that too. Ashley was looking at Haley likeness, 5, name, date of birth. Right. Oh, Ashley was looking at Haley like 5, name, date of birth. Child. Haley is over there. She is not even convincing. Tay says, right, especially since Haley was able to successfully take her man, and Leslie, you're a common 304, so I don't want you around my man. Exactly. Like, girl, what? Why would I? So now you can steal him from me. Keep you in that hot pocket of distrust right over there. Yeah, the hot pocket of disgust. Keep it over there. Miss B says, Leslie don't want to be Haley friends. She's only looking to use her for something. Right, but what would it, and that's what I'm saying. I agree. But what would it benefit Haley? It's not benefiting Haley at all to be friends with her in the least bit. Kalani says, I think the purpose of the Haley and Leslie scene was to tell Haley, I see you. I believe Haley is setting up Bill too, and she's not who she seems to be. Oh, absolutely. 1000%. But I want Leslie to come with a little more proof next time, if you will. When Tay Talk says, but why the fuck is she telling Leslie? Exactly. Like, girl, why are they talking? That was a waste of a scene. Let's see Ted. I wanted to see the follow-up of Ted and Leslie and Nicole. I just think Karen J says, I think Haley and Leslie will meet again and they are going to cause trouble in Fairmont Crest. There is more coming to that story. First of all, Leslie shouldn't even be allowed to get beyond the gates. I don't know how she's even able to come back there because her name needs to be on some type of banned list. So I don't even know how she can even get back there. Like at this point, especially when she came in there in Nicole's house. You doing too much. When Tay Talk says, why Nicole didn't just hit her with the, who the fuck is he running up behind now? Exactly. Okay. Period. Because he's definitely not checking for you, sis. Redhead Cat says, didn't Kenneth's brother die during the Martin altercation? And Kenneth was beaten to a pulp? If so, they would have to explain getting rid of a body. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They need to just go ahead. You got a point there, Redhead Cat. I wonder, did that happen? We need to see that entire scene and really know what happened so we can understand all these moving parts with this case. Why is Marcel Malone? Why is Marcel in this? Why is Joey in this? Why is the chief in this? You know, why all these people involved in this shit? Like, let's just, Vernon, Martin, what are their parts in all this stuff? When Tay Talk says, right, actually, he's on his way here too before to get me back now. Exactly. Beg for me back. Exactly. Child, please. Miss B says, baby, me and Leslie would have been in a tangle from insult number one. She went way too far and deserved to have hands laid on her. But why Leslie drink that man water? Yeah, that was that was real extra. I was like, girl, I hope that water was untouched, honey. And then if you choking, why you gonna drink water? That's gonna make you choke even more. Duh. Like, girl, what? That was just so dramatic. When Tay Talk says Ted heard that mess she was saying to Nicole at the end, and then he gonna take her home. Ted is a fool. He is. Divorce papers. Divorce now. Yeah. There is no way a man of mine would walk out of us. That's what you doing? That's how you handling this? Oh no, sir. Absolutely not. Kalani Harrelson says, Miss B, she did drink from that man's glass. Yes, he is a simp. He is definitely a simp. Ted is a simp. More, yes, simpologist, okay? Simpletonologist, okay? When Tay Talk says, like he didn't even offer an Uber or nothing. Like, if you can talk, you can drive. Right. Like, girl, what? You was over here explaining what Nicole did to you and this, that, and the third. You wasn't choking too much. And you clearly asked for a ride. She got a lot of balls to be asking him to take her home. That's all I'm going to say. Ms. B says, when Tay Talk, if my husband took that heifer home, I'd be on speed dial with my lawyer and then that fine Carlton. Exactly. Carlton would be at my house that night breaking my back because I'd be like, I just had to pay you back and I'm divorcing you. How you like them apples? Because Carlton looked like he waiting for her to make a decision to get rid of his ass. Okay? And he ain't going to make no mistake about it. And they in practice together? Please. He don't give a damn. Montrez Jones says, I can't believe Ted agreed to take her home. He doesn't want Nicole back. He doesn't because he's not doing the work to get her back. No, despite how long ago it was, you did it. You have to give her the space to get through it, work through it, but you're not helping her work through it. You're not showing her that you just, Ted in his mind thinks that everything that he's done for the last 20 years should speak for him. Like, oh, I've been loving on you every day since then. But I think that Nicole has every doubt in her mind that if she hadn't have gotten pregnant with Kat, I think it sits in the back of her head that Ted probably would have left her for Crazy Pants, Leslie. So she has no way of knowing that. You can't go back 20 years and redo it and Kat not be born and see what he gonna do. So I think in her heart of hearts, she thinks that that's what would have happened with Ted. But you just never know. And you can't, while you can't live off of the past and coulda, shoulda, woulda, they're not doing anything to try to fix the present. So I just need them to figure out what the hell they doing. When Tay Talk says Nicole need to divorce him and then go and tell Kat that he getting sick, that he getting sick of Nicole. Mofo, go to the court then. Exactly. Child, you can't tell nobody you getting sick of trying and Nicole ain't doing this. You can't tell somebody how quickly to get over things that you've done. You wronged her. Like, what the hell? You illiterate fool. You've got to be kidding me. D. Herford says, yeah, it will be a wrap for me and Ted. Yeah. Absolutely. Ted, you going on somewhere. Going on. Montrez Jones says, Pamela's accent gets on my nerves. Yeah, it's like, girl, is that really how you talk? Where's you from? I can't pinpoint that accent. That ain't even Australian. Like, girl, what? Montrez Jones says, Pamela's accent gets on my nerves. When Tate Talk says, I'm side-eyeing Andre. Yeah, Andre, I think you over there trying to play in the snow. That's what I think Andre trying to do. Andre over there trying to play in the snow and have his cake and eat it too with the chocolate bunny over it with Danny. Yeah, no. Get on, Andre. I don't know what you doing. When Tay Talk says she was Dixie Cooney on All My Children. Yes, that was the show. All My Children. Okay. I think they were on that show together. When Tay Talk says Derek happy as fuck. Yeah, and is he like, I moved on. Somebody that actually cares for me, please. Ashley, get on, girl. When Tay Talk says, as for At first, I thought that Shanice and Andre was doing those dates so Derek and Ashley could get jealous and get back together. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that would have made sense, but Ashley is too headstrong about trying to get with Andre. And I think Derek sees it, and Derek is like, you know what? I'm not checking for you. I'm good on you. And I'm embracing the Shanice and Derek of it all. Go ahead, girl. Get that man if that's what that man wants, if a man wants to be got, okay? Melrose One says, yeah, I was wondering why Shanice was doing PT in the hallway. Yeah, like girl, and you was looking at him like he was like a morsel of scrumptiousness. I'm like, damn, Shanice, put your eyes back in your damn sockets, child. Have some class. Karen J says Shanice was all up in Derek inbox. Yeah, inbox. Yeah, girl. It's like you couldn't wait. She need a man that bad. You gonna go snag up your coworkers? I guess. When Tay Talk says Madison don't ever answer any questions about herself. Yeah, you know what I think, and I didn't even listen to their parts because I think that Chelsea and Madison are boring. I'm sorry. I think that Madison is a crazed fan. That's what I think. I think that Madison is just enamored by Chelsea, and she's a fan turned lover. I mean, she just happens to be an established fan. She's a doctor and whatnot, so she got some shit going for herself. But Chelsea ain't nothing but a grade A fan, stalker to me. She's giving very much stalker. So, child, I don't know. I don't trust her. Kalani Harrelson says, Tay, I peeped that too with Madison, about Madison. Karen J says, Leslie can get beyond the gate by being Haley's friend. I would not be surprised if Leslie trying to steal her man. Child. Listen, her and Bill would be that would be something else, child. That right there, that would be something else. Child, unbelievable. When Tay Talk says, right, Carlton looked like he at the court checking the family court docs. Look, he gonna be reading the court docs like you do, Tay. When it comes to Nicole and Ted Richardson, you are not married, okay? Anymore. Let it burn. Charlene W says Ted was a great husband to Nicole for over 20 years. That should count for something. It should definitely, and thank you for being a member, Charlene W. Yes, it should definitely account for something. However, he needs to act like it counted for something and understand that now she's looking back at that 20 years like, was it real? You know? And he needs to make her see that 20 years meant something. He needs to constantly remind her. And he needs to do it every single day because he wronged her. And he also lied for 20 years. So, that's just what it is. I hate it, but that's what it is. When Tay Talk says Bill and Leslie will have them gates be prison gates. Right. And we be the damn wardens, child. Listen. When Tay Talk is laughing, Charlene W says people are thinking that Madison is Barbara's daughter. Oh, that's why she keeps asking questions about Anita. Yeah, why? Yeah, that would, you know what? But what would she get from Anita? Like, how would that do her any justice by asking, because she does seem, well, I'm thinking she's asking about Anita because she's the only one that Madison hasn't met. And everybody talks about Anita being the matriarch and, grand is so grand, right? But I can see that too. Huh. Hell, let me see if let me find out Barbara the unkept argulet was out here pussy popping. Child, we gonna see. Lonnie Harrison says Barbara's daughter. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that would be interesting. Kalani Harrison says she would get revenge if that were Barb's daughter. But how though? What would she do to Chelsea that would get revenge? And Anita is already rich. They live a good life. So what could Madison really do that would hurt them? You get what I'm saying? But I think that would be an interesting twist. I would love to see what Madison gonna say, child. But y'all, that is that on that. We've been here for an hour and 45 minutes, child. Okay. Thank y'all. They'll make up something. Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please, 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 y'all, as I said at the beginning of the video, please double check to make sure that you're subscribed. I noticed over the last 7 or 8 days, my subscriber count went down, and then just this morning it went back up. So I don't know what's going on. And I've seen some of my peers saying that their subscriber count is going up and down, and that YouTube is unsubscribing people on their own and making changes in people's stuff without saying what it is and notifying people. So please double check. I'm going to do my best on my end to see what's going on with that. But please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel if you haven't. And like the video, share the video with others that are watching Beyond the Gates with us. And make sure that you hit the like button, like the video on the way out if you have not. And y'all, 7 days, your girl will be 40. In 7 days, your girl will be 40. But I'm grateful and I'm blessed to be able to say that. So y'all make sure. Karen J says, I subscribe. I just found a channel. Thank you so much, Karen J. I appreciate you. Tay says, broke her heart, air Kelly out, and that could be why she don't answer questions. Okay. Yeah, they were saying that they were subscribed in my chat last night. So yeah, they weren't subscribed. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what's going on. Kalani says, until next time, thank you for watching, Kalani. Karen J says, I just subscribed and found the channel. Yes, thank you so much, Karen J. Child, you look 28. Oh, thank you, Tay. And you look like you my sister girl. Listen, black don't crack, honey. Black don't crack. The 40 crack. The 40 club is wonderful. That's what my friends say. And my sister and all my friends that are in their 40s say that. So I'm embracing the transition, y'all. Listen, I was having a little midlife crisis a couple of days ago, but I'm truly blessed. I really am. I'm looking to look forward to all the good things that are happening in my life and to expand upon those things. And I'm just grateful. I am very grateful. So shout out to me in 7 days being 40, y'all. But I will also, again, I'll see y'all again tonight, though. I didn't tell y'all. We are going to, me and my husband will do the Divorce Sisters live if he get back home in a good enough time, child. Because he ain't here right now. But I'll schedule a live. I'll call him and see what time he's planning on coming home today. And we'll do our Divorce Sisters live. So please come back for that. I'll try to set a time so that y'all can get a notification. But again, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Love y'all. Mean it.